What's up YouTube, Dan here for Zephyr Wargames, and again bringing you a deck profile from Cybernetic Horizon, and that is Danger Dark World, or Dark World Danger. But there's a twist, and this twist is courtesy of James Gill. I did not come up with this spice, and this is the word of the month right now, is spice, because the deck profiles that we're able to do thanks to thanks to Cybernetic Horizon are actually bringing some really nice and creative twists on decks. So without further ado, I don't want to spoil it, but again, a massive shout out to James Gill, because when you see it and you understand it, you'll understand what a great touch or tech that is to this deck. So, I'm going to go through Danger Dark Worlds for you. I'll explain a bit of how they work and operate, and I'll also do a test stand video to show you how good this deck can be. So, starting off on the Dangers, we've got Triple Danger Bigfoot. This is the boss monster of the deck alongside alongside your Grapher. So Danger Bigfoot, 3k, if it's discarded you pop a card on the field, if it's not and it gets special summoned, you draw one card. Now all Dangers share the same ability that you reveal them, shuffle your hand, your opponent chooses one at random from your hand. If it's not the one they choose gets discarded. If it's not the Danger card you've revealed, you special summon the Danger card and you draw a card. We've got Triple Danger Nessie. She is your searcher of the deck. 2800 booty, sorry. And then if she's successfully special summoned, you draw a card. If she's popped or discarded, sorry, she searches a card out. Triple Chupacabra. Now, if I had a third Jackalope, and I'm just going to bring that out now, I'd probably play 3 Jackalope over 3 Chupacabra. Chupacabra is when it's discarded, you revive from grave. It's very bad late game if you haven't already got something in grave for it to revive. Whereas Jackalope is always live because it's special summons from the deck. So ideally you probably want 2 and 2, but you do need that extra danger right now. And like mentioned when I was talking to Tom about this deck, in the future these will be the cards that become less and less relevant. They're still very good, but what I mean is once we get more support, you'll probably cut a Chupacabra and you'll probably be playing 2 and 2, or 2 Jackalope and 1 Chupacabra, stuff like that. So obviously, they share the same effects once if they're successfully special summoned by their own effects, they draw a card. If they're not, Chupacabra revives from grave and Jackalope specials from deck. Now onto the Dark Worlds, we've got Triple Greffer, big boss monster from this. If it's discarded, you pop a card on the field. If it's in the graveyard, you bounce back a Dark World and special summon it. It obviously is a rank 8 as well, so it combos off very nicely with Bigfoot, which is also a level 8. We've got Triple Brow. This is just if it's discarded, you draw a card, so you're constantly getting that deck thinning ability. Triple Snow, discarded searches cards. 1 Beige, if it's discarded, you special summon it. And then we've got the 1 Silver, if it's discarded, you special summon it. And then we've got the 1 Gold, if it's discarded, you special summon it as well. So it just gives you a few more plays around. And then finally we've got the 1 Ceruli. If it's discarded, it goes to your opponent's side of the field, and then it then makes you discard, so it counts as an opponent's monster's effect, so you get to trigger off your second abilities of your Dark Worlds. So that's it for the main monsters. Quite straightforward and staple on these. You can change it up a little bit more, and I'll explain to that as soon as I get to it. So for the spells, we've got Triple Dragged to the Grave. Again, straightforward on that one, all self-explanatory. Triple Trading, again you've got 6 targets, and if you discard off of this your Bigfoot, you're going to get the effect off, which is very useful. Triple Dark World Dealings, again all self-explanatory, draw cards. And now for the spice. So the spice we've got in this deck, you should have guessed it from the extra deck monster that you saw at the start, is Triple Marsh Change 2. Yes, you read that right, Triple Marsh Change 2. So this does not just serve as a simple card you put into your deck and you go, discarding the card, special summon Dark Law. No. You discard a Danger, you get the effect off. You special summon out a Dark Claw. Plus in already. But then you activate Drag Down to the Grave or a Dark World Dealing. Your opponent draws a card and has to discard a card. That card's going to get banished. But on top of that, because you've made them draw, Dark Law's effect goes off, so you get to banish another one. So not only do they lose the card they discard in the banish zone that they can't do a lot about, but you also get to rip another one from your opponent's hand. So you're making your opponent -2 when you do one of these draw effects once per turn. If your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase or the damage step, you banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand. Busted! Now it's only once per turn, but just imagine what you can do with this. So, the way I see this working is, you normal summon off one of your, let's say you've already brought the graph back, stuff like that, you get a Dark World on board. So you've got any of your lower levels. You've got your Jackalope, you've got a Cerulea if it comes to your board. You've got your Gods, you've got your Silvers, you've got your Bees, you've got your Snows, you've got your Brows. And then obviously because you've got your Jackalopes and your Chupacabras. Now your Jackalopes aren't going to do a lot for you if they're normal summoned or if they're special summoned in attack mode. Your Chupacabras aren't going to do a lot if they're in attack mode, but you can attack with a Chupacabra and then turn it into a Dark Lord, so you're plussing already off of that. This deck doesn't have to go into the extra deck, so the extra deck Monster Zone is not going to be full up all the time. Marsh Change 2 is an ingenious kind of play. Now let's put it this way, if you discard a Danger, let's say you discard a Jackalope off of this, you're then going to special summon one from deck in defense position, or you special summon out off of your Chupacabra. Now it's just going to extend your board so much more further, it's unreal. And it can probably add to your OTKs. Now I know this deck can obviously OTK on itself anyway, but being able to stump your opponent's hands is also going to be very, very helpful. And then once you combo Darklaw off with YUGIOH, Darklaw then goes up to a base of 29, and that's a struggle for most people to deal with. Finishing off the spells, we've got 2 Allures, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Regeki. Now, we don't play Danger Zone in this deck as much as I would love to go Danger Zone every time I'm playing it. Unfortunately, you can't. It is a little bit slow for an OTK kind of going second deck, but if you do want like a first turn play, you can always try that out yourselves. I still think it's a very, very good card. It's a graceful charity which send the effects off. Anyway, now onto the extra deck. Of course, you've got 2 of this bad boy, Dark Law. Incredibly powerful card and works really, really on Marsh Change 2. On top of that, if you wanted to change out the Dark World engine, or if you wanted to minimise the Dark World engine, you could put a small hero engine here of normal Marsh Changes if you wanted to, or I would ideally say triple Heroes Lives and then 2 Shadow Mist to search out your Marsh Change 2s. For the links, we've got the Firewall, the Borrowload, the Underclock, and double YUGIOH. Now, YUGIOH is going to be very, very powerful because it can turn your base cards, all your cards are dark, so it turns them into incredibly powerful monsters. And the reason we don't have hand traps in this deck as well is when you're going second with your dangers, you want as much chance as possible that they're not going to pick the card to special summon it. So if you're giving your opponent more chances by using hand traps on them, your dangers can break boards, so don't worry too much about it. Definitely have hand traps ready for the side, but going like your first game, your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, you choose to go second, they do whatever they do, you let them go off, your dangers will be able to break their board. We have the Nightmare Engine, because we special summon a lot, we've got the Mermaid because we really don't want to get hit with an Ibly. We've got a Phoenix to deal with any troublesome back row. The Goblin for an additional normal summon, because that way you can get a Dark Claw and a Graph on board, because you normal summon the use your first normal summon on the Dark World, bounce it back with Graph to special summon it from grave, normal summon that monster again, turn it into a Dark Law. The 1 Unicorn, and then we've got 2 rank 4s and 2 rank 8s. So our rank 4s, we've got the Abyss Dweller, this can be a Tornado Dragon if you want, and the Baguska. And then for our rank 8s, we've got the 2 best, in my opinion, right now, is Hope 100 to deal with spells, and then the number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon to deal with monster effects. So it gives you solid boards if you do have to go first as well. So this just gives you a bit of stability. Now, I'm not saying this is the best version by all means, but this is certainly the spiciest version. I don't think I've seen a profile like this on the web for Dangers, or even Danger Dark World. And again, massive shout outs to James Gill on this one. Absolutely ingenious idea of adding Marsh. So I didn't ask where he got it from, so I do apologise if he did get it from somewhere else, and I'm giving the credit to the wrong place, then by all means. But James does come up with some crazy ideas sometimes, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did. And I can't wait to see it work in action. It's definitely fun. It allows me to bring one of my favourite monsters, Darklaw, back into the forefront, and it will certainly cause opponent issues no matter what you're facing, because Darklaw is always a pain to deal with, and now you've got to deal with Darklaw in a danger deck as well, which is going to make you discard and banish even more so. But I hope you like this. I hope you enjoy it. Test it out for yourself. Let us know what you think. We're always open to changes ourselves. These aren't the perfect deck profiles. Like, there's no deck, in my opinion, that is perfect. There's always room for improvement. So we're always going to keep working towards that. But I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, check out the test down video so you can see how this operates. But as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.